So besides Sona, there's actually another champion that is quite broken in the support role. But there's a lot more to talk about with this one, and it's Morgana. And just to quickly prove yet again what I'm putting in my title, here you can see 74% win rate right now with Morgana in the support role. This is including me testing out a lot of different builds. So there's so much to say. First, I'll explain how to build her, because there's multiple different ways you can build her, and during the gameplay I'll explain all of the other stuff. So let me first explain the build. I want to say I tried out the build that Broken Support made a video on, and the build that I believe the build was where you go for Rylai's Scepter. Actually, you start off with a Tear of Goddess, you build into a Rylai's Scepter, then you finish off the Archangel Staff, and then you build situational items, you know, like Anti-Heal, Leandris, and Rabadon's Death. So the thing about that build was actually quite strong, but you will lack early game damage. Late game, that build is insane, but early game, you're going to be lacking damage. Also, late game, that build makes you tankier because of the Seraph's Embrace, but I didn't find it to be the most, well, I didn't find it to be the best build. However, in some scenarios, I would say it's the best build. Basically, if the enemy has a lot of range, like you can poke the enemy from afar, I don't know actually, you know, I really don't know. I didn't like that build a lot, because this build right here, everything is better except one thing. And the one thing that isn't better is ability haste and mana. That's actually two things. But yeah, you're gonna struggle with mana with this build, and you actually have to hit your abilities. With that other build, you can get away with missing your abilities a few times, because when you have the Archangel Staff, you're gonna have 20 ability haste, and when you go for the Archangel Staff, you go for Hunter Genius here, which will give you an additional 18 ability haste. That's the point of that build, right? So you're gonna have a lot of ability haste, a lot of mana. You can spam your abilities. This build is more high risk, high reward. So you start with a Rylai's Scepter, not the Rylai. You start with a Spectral Sickle, then you immediately build a Rylai's Scepter. For the boots, you're always gonna go for Ionic Boots of Lucidity, and then here it's situational. Leandris is generally gonna be good just to burn the enemies. It does a lot of damage. But then you also want to get an Oblivion Orb. Very likely Oblivion Orb is going to be a mandatory item to go for on Morgana, because you can apply, you apply damage on everyone. So getting anti-heal is a very efficient item on Morgana, because you do a lot of AoE damage. So as I said, Leandri's Torment. The third item is going to be a Rabadon's Death. This one is going to amp your damage up for the late game. Like, you really need it to really amp up your damage. An item that you shouldn't go for on support Morgana, by the way, is Luden's Echo. Totally not worth it. Like, absolutely not worth it. Rod of Age is also totally not worth it. It's just not worth it, because she doesn't actually skill that well. I mean, she skills pretty well with ability power. Her ultimate skills pretty well. But you want to have items with an effect. What I mean with that is Rylai's Scepter's effect is slowing enemies. Leandri's Torment's effect is the Torment, you know, doing bonus damage to the enemies over time. Oblivion Orb effect is the damage. Only Rabadon's Death Cap is efficient enough to go for without like an effect that applies on the enemy. You know what I mean? And then of course, as your last item, you go for Riftmaker. You could sell the Oblivion Orb, or you could just build it into the Green Book as your last item. You know, all of that is fine. And for the enchantment, you go for Stasis Enchant. Always Stasis Enchant, really. Always. Really always. There's no other scenario where you go for anything else. For the runes, by the way, I'm sorry if you hear some banging. We're working in the house, me too right now, but I'm taking a quick break to make this YouTube video for you guys. Font of Life, always. It's gonna make life easy for you in the lane. Airy is not... I mean, Airy is good too, but Font of Life is so much better, because in lane it's so powerful, because you and your ally can constantly heal up in lane, and you can bully the enemy. Here you always go for weakness, even if you're against a lot of tanks, you know. You could say Giant Slayer against a lot of tanks, but no, weakness, because... weakness is gonna let you and your teammates do much more damage to the enemy team, because your second ability is constantly gonna be slowing the enemy team. Constantly. Here you go for Bone Plating. You could possibly go for Ultimate Shield. But the reason that I like to go for Bone Plating is because the early game lane. For example, if you're against a Thresh and you failed to block his hook, you will get destroyed. But with a Bone Plating, you can actually survive, because that's how powerful Bone Plating really is. And if you go for this build, you go for Mana Flow Band. If you go for the Archangel Staff, you will go for Hunter Genius. Not Mastermind, but Hunter Genius. But if you go for my build right here, you go for Mana Flow Band. For the spells, you go for Flash and Heal. You could go Ignite, but I prefer Heal, because Morgana herself doesn't have a heal or an actual shield. You only have the magic shield. But that's it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. I picked the 3 winners for the giveaway because my PC is back, guys. The quality of the video may still not be the best, because I have to fix a lot of settings on my PC because they didn't update the drivers properly. They really screwed up my PC basically. But I got my PC back. I picked the 3 winners. They should be in the top comment and in the description. So if you want the giveaway, congrats. Make sure you message me on Twitter or Discord. I will ask you for proof. So don't even try to scam or anything. It never works. So if you want the giveaway, message me. And for this month, I'm doing another giveaway, as I said. Giving away 3 more skins. All you have to do to enter is put down a comment under this video. So, let's talk about Morgana support. Because this is another pick that so many people questioned when I picked it. But everyone fell in love with after they saw it. First of all, let's talk about drafting. You want to pick Morgana support. First of all, if your team lacks magic damage, this is the first scenario where you can pick it. So if your team is like a heavy AD composition, you can pick Morgana support. We do have a Lux in this game, so it wasn't necessary to pick Morgana support, but there is another reason why I picked Morgana support this game. And that reason is, if the enemy has a lot of CC, and if the enemy cannot easily destroy your black shield. The second part is so important. Because let me elaborate on that. So if you look at the enemy, they have Braum stun, they have Yasuo knockup, they have, I believe their jungler, I don't remember what it was, but their jungler also has CC. Galio also has CC, by the way, but Galio is a champion that can take away my black shield, so it's not an ideal matchup. But they had, what was it? Rammus, Morgana hard counters Rammus. So I essentially counter a lot of their champions because they will have such a hard time to destroy my black shield, but I will block all their CC. So like for example, I could go in, use the black shield on myself and block all their CC. Or Wukong can go in. I use the black shield on the Wukong and you know they can't stun the Wukong. So really solid draft right here for Morgana. So essentially, oh nice, I got the kill right there. Essentially you want to pick Morgana into heavy CC, but not into heavy AP. So like Ziggs for example, you don't want to pick Morgana into Ziggs because Ziggs can very easily take away your shield. Very easily. But you do want to pick it into Yasuo. Because, you know, you don't care about his wind wall because your second ability and your ultimate will go straight through the wind wall. So this draft is pretty much ideal because even a champion like Galio is not very easily going to be able to block my black shield. And the way you want to upgrade your abilities when you play Morgana support, first you want to put all of your points in your second ability and then in your third ability. Believe it or not, you actually don't want to put any points in your first ability up until last because you want to have a strong black shield. You want to make your third ability strong because remember, you are a support. Right here, you're going to see a perfect example of why Morgana is absolutely broken as a support. So they are diving my team right here. Look at what I'm going to do. I root, I use my second ability, I use my third ability, and I ult all of them. Look at this ultimate, guys. Remember, by the way, 20% of the damage you're doing with your abilities to the enemy composition and to like the jungle or anything like that, you're going to be healing up. So that's why you can afford to go into 4-man or 3-man like that, as long as you hit all of your abilities. Like if you just put your second ability down on everyone, ult everyone, use your first ability, you're gonna be healing up. Like look, there you go. You see, Morgana's OP. Morgana is OP. Like he was also in. I remember like I played a lot of trio queue with Nolly and Mr. Prof, I believe he's called, and they really didn't believe into Morgana in the beginning. But now they are asking me in the drafts to pick Morgana. It's funny. Because if you play this champion properly, she's disgusting. Disgusting. And as a support, you can also do the most damage when you pick Morgana. If you just play her correctly. So now let's talk about another thing about Morgana, which is gank. Morgana is really good at gank. And it's different from playing support Morgana, by the way. Because you can leave your ADC alone. Just tell your ADC to play safe. Even if your ADC dies, it's a whatever. Like, you can gank with your first ability. Like, if I hit my root here, there we go. I could ult him here. I could ult him, but honestly, I didn't think... Actually, you know what? I should have probably ulted him. I didn't think it would have been worth it to ult just him. The reason that I didn't do it is because the Dragon and the Herald are spawning. So, essentially, I tried to kill him without my ult. Because I really didn't find it worth to just get one kill with my ult. Let's see if it's worth it. We'll see. Like, I actually don't remember what happens after this. But I just wanted my ult for the Dragon. I would honestly still say that I made the right call. Because killing Galio, I mean, sure, it does something nice for us. But like, is it really worth it? This ultimate right here, this one is good. Look at how good this ultimate is right here. There you go, you see? So yes, it was worth it. Now, instead of just killing Galio, I got 2 kills, and we probably will get the dragon because of it. Actually, one of our allies died though, but yes, you see. So like using your ultimate on just one enemy is likely not gonna be worth it, unless it's a very high value enemy, or unless you can, for example, get a turret with it. So like if I gank bot lane, I kill the Yasuo with my ultimate, and because I did that, you know, we get the turret. That makes it worth it. Look at how much damage I'm doing, by the way. I want you guys to pay attention to how much damage and slowing I'm doing with my Morgana right now. I am slowing everyone like crazy. Giving him the black shield to make sure he doesn't die. But he still dies. You can see they applied a lot of CC on him, but they weren't able to block the black shield because they have no AP. Now see, that's the beauty, as I said, about Morgana support, is if the enemies don't have any AP, any magic damage, or like not much magic damage, Morgana is so OP as a support because of the black shield. I played so many Morgana. I think I played like 20 Morgana games before making this video. 20 in this season. I've played much more Morgana beforehand. But in this season only, I played 20 Morgana games for this video. I hit him. Again, like, I could ult him. You see what I mean? I could, but I am just not. I don't feel that it's worth it to just kill a stupid Galio like that. So, like, I just didn't ult him. It's not worth it. We're not late enough in the game to make it truly worth it. Oh, look at that. Oh, just look at the slowing and the free damage. I just did 20% of Kai'Sa's HP. Oh, come on. I hit her. She's dead now. There you go. The route is also so long. And look, I'm maintaining such a long distance right here. And only now I'm gonna ult the Rammus. Because this is a decent ultimate right here. No one, unfortunately, is following up with the Rammus right here. So it seems like he's gonna get a free Herald. I couldn't do anything against that. Ooh, I should have given Black Shield to the Wukong right there, so he wouldn't get knocked up by the first ability of the Rammus. We would have killed him if I gave him a Black Shield. Damn. It's actually pretty stupid of me. I realized that in the game as well, that I should have done that. But I screwed up. Man, like, I just want to say, there are so many champions in this game that are so powerful that people just don't know about. Like, so many people just like to play, you know, the standard champions that everyone thinks are broken. You know, like Thresh, for example. You know, like everyone knows Thresh is good. But no one knows Morgana support is good. No one knows Sona support is hella broken. No one knows that. And I find that so crazy because, like, when I'm testing all of these champions, that's how I find out, you know, the new broken stuff. But, like, so many people, they just don't test. They don't care. They just play the standard champions. There's so much more involved with that you still need to look at. There's so many champions that are so powerful that people just don't know. Because they don't know when to draft them. They don't know how to play them properly. They just don't know. Like, when people pick Morgana, all they're gonna try to do is they try to root the enemies with the first ability. No, there's more to it. You have a black shield. You know, you can block CC. You have that amazing ultimate, which you can combine with stasis enchant. And then your first ability is something important with that. Here you can see what I was gonna talk about. Your first ability, you can hit it for free if the enemy is stunned already. Basically, let's say my Lux roots the enemy. Oh, look at just look at this beauty. They can't do anything. Look at the utility I'm providing. But what I was saying is, if for example my Lux roots the enemy, I can then follow up with a root for free, because the enemy is stunned already. So Morgana is also a good pick combined with even more CC. You see? Especially knockups, by the way. Because otherwise the enemies can just get Mercury's threats and deny CC from you guys. It will still work, but they will counter. But Wukong is a really good combination, by the way, because he can knock up the enemies, I can follow up with my root. Another way you can hit your root for free, by the way, is if the enemy is chasing you. If the enemy is chasing you head on, you can literally just auto-aim your first ability and you will hit it. So like you have to find these ways to hit it easily. So like you can increase your percentage hit ratio of your first ability. Because if you increase that percentage, you're going to increase the value that you're providing to this game. You're going to increase your win rate. Instead of trying to like randomly hit your first ability. Because like right here, it's harder. You see, I missed it. Because it's much harder to randomly hit your first ability like that. Because the enemies can dodge it, right? So those are things you need to keep in mind. to make it much more easy for you to hit your abilities on Morgana. And regarding your ultimate, it's actually viable to flash in the middle of the enemy team and use your black shield, ult, second ability, and stasis. That is basically the combo. I could ult both of them here. You can see I actually did it just to make sure we killed them. The reason that I did it is because this will allow us to get 2 kills. They're not gonna win this fight. They're not. The enemies have no chance anymore. Galio's trying to come in, but it's not like he's gonna do anything. Giving him a black shield. Look, he doesn't get taunted by the Galio. We can kill him easily. Like, it's just all so disgusting, the combination of stuff Morgana provides. You know what's funny? Even with a blue buff, I'm running out of mana. It's ridiculous, actually. You really want to make sure you get the blue buff. You really want to make sure you get the blue buff when you play Morgana, by the way. Really, really want to make sure you get the blue buff. Because without a blue buff, it still works. But you're going to run out of mana. Like, you're really going to run out of mana. Especially if you have to spam your abilities. Like, if the enemy is very tanky, like Rammus, you know, like Galio, you have to use a lot of second abilities to really chunk them down. And the second ability costs, I believe it costs 140 mana for each cast, which is obviously an insane amount of mana for an ability. But it provides the same value. Let's see what happens here. I could flash in here and go on them. But I don't have enough damage to kill both of them. So, like, I decided to just go on. Just bullying the Yasuo a little bit, by the way. He will never be able to tornado me, by the way. Because I'm literally just gonna use the black shield. It's easy. Yeah, Wukong now, like, imagine we had no Morgana. Like, I'm really carrying this game. I mean, my team is doing great. But, like, the slows are probably even more important than the damage. The constant slowing you're applying during the team fight, it just provides unbelievable value. It's basically like having a singed. Like, singed is running straight through the enemy, but you can do it from afar. You don't even have to get close to the enemy. By the way, guys, make sure you give this video a like. It really supports the channel and everything like that. So if you want to support the channel, make sure you give the video a like. And if you're enjoying these support videos, let me know in the comments as well. Because I know there's a lot of people enjoying these support videos, right? Look, I gave him a black shield. He can keep going. Look, nothing knocks him up. You see, even the Galio ultimate didn't do anything. Oh, this ultimate. Oh, baby, this ultimate. Look at it. Oof. I'm sorry if you hear drilling, by the way. I hope that it's not too annoying. Because as I said, after this video, I have to go back at working in the bathroom again. Me and my uncle are working at the bathroom. You say, I'm sorry if you heard noise. I hope it's not too annoying. Because it's either that or no video. And I think you guys would prefer, you know, a video. Oh, they're both getting caught. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And the Baron spawns, damn. It's only me with the Jinx right now. Jinx is not playing good at all. So, like, I shouldn't really follow her. I really shouldn't follow her. Yeah, exactly. Well, what am I doing? I should just stay away. She's really not playing well. I'm close to Rabadon's death cap, but I have a stasis, so I could get stasis and just another item. I didn't go for anti-healing this game because they don't really have much healing, to be honest. So, like, I decided to not go for anti-healing. We need to go on the Baron. Morgana is really good at doing damage while the enemy is doing Baron, by the way. Because of my pool, my lava pool. My second ability will do so much damage. Like, look at how much damage I'm doing, guys. Oh, I should have stasised in the beginning. If I stasised, I could have maybe killed all of them. Like, no joke, if I stasised that before getting taunted, I would have killed all of them. My mistake was actually to give the black shield to Riven. I should have just given the black shield to myself and used my ultimate in the middle of them and stasised. Because that's what lost us this fight. If I had just put it on myself, used ultimate, stasis, we would have demolished. Like, absolutely battered. No chance. Come on. Nice, he killed the Kaiser, that's good. Damn. It's actually pretty sad that I did it like that. I should have just used it on myself. I know Riven would have died earlier, but it would have been fine. Because Riven would have tanked up a lot of damage. And then I would have just been able to ult 4 man. And then Wukong would have come. Oh, we would have killed all of them. Oh, God. Look at it. There we go again. Oh, he blocked my route. Slowing him again. Giving a black shield to the Riven. Look! Oh, but the Braum stun did work because Galio took away her black shield. Like, that's what I mean. Like, if the enemy has AP, It is annoying because they will literally just take away your black shield. It's funny because you give them a shield, your allies, but you don't want the shield to go away. Because the value of your black shield doesn't really come from it being a shield. It comes from the invulnerability to CC while they are shielded. Essentially, it's like giving your team an Olaf ultimate, right? But the enemies can take it away by doing magic. So you can see how it's really broken against a Yasuo, for example. Because Yasuo, he cannot stop the shield. And the black shield is like, I think it stays on your ally for like 5 seconds or so. Really long. Really, really long. We have 2 dragons already, so we should really force a fight at the 3rd dragon. Because either we take the dragon or we kill. Even if they take the dragon, if we kill them, we can end the game. So like this dragon is an easy fight for us. Especially now. If I have the blue buff, easy fight. Like we can literally win the game easily right now if we just start the dragon. Oh yeah, I said it as well. Like now, 100% we win. So let's see what actually happens. Yeah, exactly. We should just start the dragon. Even if they steal it, it will put them at a disadvantageous position. Like, look, we're doing so much damage. Oh, I need to ult and stasis. There we go. Perfect. It's not a very smooth fight, but like, again, yeah, they took the dragon, but they're all very, very low. Look, they're all very low. There you go. There you go. Simple. You see how simple it is? You see how simple it can be? You see how simple winning a game can really be? Because the enemies were actually starting to get quite strong. But exactly. As I said in the chat, exactly. This was it. This was the move. He didn't care about exactly. He doesn't care about it. We're only really using the Drake to bait them. Because we already have 2 dragons. So we can bait them by making them go for it. They went for the dragon. They got it. But they all got very, very low HP in the process. Because we really destroyed them. And then after the dragon, we killed all of them and won the game. So let's take a look at how much damage I did and everything like that. Very hungry. I need to make some food real quick. I ran at 92% of Morgana, so I guess 25,000 damage. I nearly did the most damage as well. So, oh, I'm not used to having a mouse. I'm used to my laptop. It's kind of funny. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feels good to be back on my PC. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.